Well, now that we've got your attention, let the games begin! Game cartridges assembling. Greetings. Game loading. Mind your fingers. Keep working, you rust buckets. Uh-oh. Ah, that's just great. Megabytes, terabytes, downbytes, gigabytes. First game up, Haunted House Party.
Good evening and welcome to the Haunted House Party, where tonight we have an especially dead mystery guest. As always, it will be up to you to appraise the clues and hypothesize just who our mystery guest is. And as she approaches, I implore you to do your work quickly, as we here at the Haunted House have a rather strict deadline.
Good evening, my fellow travelers.
May I take your aviator's cap, madame?
Thank you, no. I can never be too sure when I have to take off. Besides, my hair is a mess.
Excuse me, but I didn't see your car outside.
That's because I didn't drive here. I flew.
In a plane?
No, on a broom. Of course, in a plane.
Sorry, I've just never met a female pilot. You must have been quite a role model for women in your time.
Well, now, I don't like to blow my own horn, but I was a strong crusader for total equality and opportunities for women in the 20s and 30s. In fact, I was the first woman to fly across the Atlantic.
Atlantic City?
Atlantic Ocean. And I was the first person, man or woman, to fly across the Atlantic Ocean twice. I had to. I forgot to turn off the stove.
Wasn't that boring?
At times. So for a change, I gave the Pacific a shot and became the first person to fly from Hawaii to the U.S. mainland.
Did you fly back?
To Hawaii? Who can afford it?
What was your longest flight?
Well, besides getting here, I would say it was my attempt to fly around the world.
Oh, that must have been exciting.
Well, it would have been, except for one thing. I never made it, and no one ever heard from me again. To this day, it's one of history's greatest mysteries. All anyone knows for sure is that I was—
Hold it one moment, young lady. Our friends at home get first crack at digging up your identity. Here are the harrowing clues. She was a pilot, the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean and Hawaii to the U.S. She was an advocate for women's rights and was also the first person to fly across the Atlantic twice. Unfortunately, she was lost when attempting a round-the-world flight. The mysterious mystery guest is—
Amelia Earhart, history's first great female pilot.
And I could have been a great pilot too, if it weren't for the fact that I'm afraid to fly. Tune in again next time when you're all invited to the Haunted House Party.
More stuff. Work. Game time in 10 seconds. Next game up, mugshots.
My name's Verity. I bust bad guys. You want to help? Come on in. We got 4 suspects pinned down. 3 of them are guilty. Listen to their stories and spot the mistakes. The ones that lie did the crime. Today, we're interviewing the Peoria Petunias semi-pro baseball team. Seems 3 of them stole some nickels from the bat boy yesterday. Remember, only one of these mugs is telling the truth. The other 3 are lying. First to bat, Beanball Baloo.
I was home all day yesterday, reading a book about the first Russians to land on the moon.
What do you think? Have the Russians landed on the moon? Let's move on to the pitcher, Spitter Sykes.
I'm innocent, I swear it. I was serving some Great Lakes saltwater taffy to some friends.
I wouldn't accept taffy from this guy if I had gloves on. But what do you think? Are the Great Lakes filled with salt water? Now it's Lumberjack Lang's turn to swing. Sing.
You're pitching to the wrong slugger, Verity. I wasn't even in town yesterday. I was visiting my sick grandmother in Tallahassee. That's Tallahassee, Florida, the state capital.
Tallahassee's the capital of Florida, eh? Finally, there's Edgardo Polonia, the Petunias manager.
It wasn't me, Verity. I was caught up in trade talks yesterday. My neck's still stiff from using the telephone all day. You know, that thing invented by Edison?
Is Polonia full of bologna? You tell me. Did Edison invent the telephone? Well, just like I figured, each criminal all but confessed. Did you spot the mistakes?
I was reading about the first Russians to land on the moon.
I hope they've got better books in prison, 'cause that's where Baloo's heading. No Russians have been to the moon.
I was serving some Great Lakes saltwater taffy to some friends.
Sykes was stretching the truth a bit too far with that taffy story. The Great Lakes are freshwater lakes, not saltwater.
The telephone? You know, that thing invented by Edison?
I hope he's still got that phone, 'cause he's gonna have to use it to call his lawyer. Edison didn't invent the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell did.
I was in Tallahassee visiting my sick grandma. That's Tallahassee, Florida, the state capital.
Lumberjack's smarter than he looks. Tallahassee is the capital of Florida. His grandma should be proud. And about 6'6" by the look of things.
Nice work. Play another one. Hey, folks, this game is edible.
Dally-hoo, kids! How's it going? Your old pal Eddie Bull here at the exciting Walla Walla Washington Zoo. This week we're going to...
Eddie Bull, he's edible. He really is incredible. He's simply the best of the bunch. There's simply no disguising that he's so appetizing that we want him for our lunch.
Just great. Okay, sure. I wanted to help feed the animals. I just didn't want to feed them me. Let me give you a few clues here, and if you can guess whose belly I'm in, maybe I can find my way out. Okay, everybody, here's your first clue. It has no teeth, and I guess no dentist either. Ow! Uh-oh. Okay, here's the next one. Although it lives on the ground, it loves to swim. Which also describes about every kid I know, but the thing is, it's no kid. Whoa! The largest of their family, this bushy-tailed beauty, lives in Central and South America. Of course, for the winter, it's hoping to land a condo in Miami Beach. Okay, one last clue. They adore ants. But I gotta think that the feeling of the ants isn't mutual. No. That's because this Myrmeciphaga tridactyla, oh, that's a big word, is also known as the giant anteater! The giant anteater! Which means it has no teeth and loves to swim. It's the largest of its family and lives in Central and South America. Most of all, it loves to eat ants, and it's called an anteater. Is that a coincidence or what? Uh-oh. Looks like I'm out of here.
Edible, he's edible. He really is incredible. And we love him for our lunch.
Come on, you buckets of gold. We got a game to make. Get the lead out. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Hey, you want one? Here, take this. Bye. Tank!
Ahoy, me land jamming friends! This here's Captain Bob with a different kind of cool running. I can't get back to my beautiful home in Jamaica cause I'm stuck in this tank. No worries, man. I got me Rasta sub and me dreads swinging to the music. Look at this.
Can you help Captain Bob? He's jamming in his song.
Okay, here's the deal. Now I'm gonna show you three things. And you got to tell me what they all got in common. But you got to do it before the water runs out of my tank. Let's go, gang. We got to get jamming.
Use your eyes, use your brain before his crews go down the drain.
Like I said, we got three things. We got New Jersey, a fisherman, and a tennis court. What do they all have in common? Quick, the level's dropping. New Jersey, a fisherman, and a tennis court. We're almost at the bottom, man. Do you see it now? They're all things with nets, man. New Jersey got the basketball player nets. A fisherman be using his net to catch the fish. And the tennis court has the net, man. Now this is fun. Next clue.
Before old Bob hits the bottom, find what these three got in common.
What's this now? We got a train, an animal in the wild, and a compact disc. Can you figure out what ties them all together? Think hard. The water's already running away. You got a train, an animal in the wild, and a compact disc. Hurry! That drain be clogging. Time's up, man. You're all things with tracks. A train needs a track to run. An animal be leaving tracks in the wild. And CD needs tracks for the playing. Well, that's it for today. Join me in me take next time for another round.
We have Captain Bob, now he's jamming in his song.
Wait, left. Okay, right there, hold it. Where are you going? Stay away from this thing and put that stuff over there. Okay, boss. Boss, where are you going? Stay away from that thing. And put this stuff over there. Okay, boss. I'll do it right away, sir. Whatever you say, boss.
Professor Rocket and get ready to get funky with some psycho math. Whoa! Now, my head blowing up may look painful, but I am used to it. Don't try it at home, though. Now, here's how psycho math works. I'll show you an equation, but instead of numbers, I will show you some pictures. So you figure out what numbers the pictures stand for and solve the problem. Ready? Then let's do the psycho math. Okay, let's start with the number that Valentine's Day falls on. Aw, isn't that sweet? Then add it to the number of antennae on an ant. Then divide it by the number of oceans connected by the Panama Canal. Don't give me that look. You can get this one. First, you take the number 14. That's the day Valentine's Day always falls on. Add it to the 2 antennae on that ant, divided by the 2 oceans connected by the Panama Canal. That's the Atlantic and the Pacific. And the answer is 8. I said the answer is 8. Now we're getting jiggy with psycho math. Now, get ready for the next one. The number of letters in the alphabet, plus the number of letter L's in the word armadillo. Tastes just like chicken. Then take away the number of snowflakes that are identical. Are you still with me? Now, what does it equal? We got 26 letters in the alphabet, plus 2 L's in the word armadillo, minus 0 snowflakes that are identical. Your answer, folks, is 28. 28! Ain't the psycho math great? Okay, here is the last one. So make it count. Count. Get it? That's a little psycho math humor. The number of state capitals subtracted by the number of pennies in a quarter, minus the number of run counts in baseball. Now, it's time for the answer. There are 50 state capitals, minus 25 pennies in my quarter, minus the 1 point you get for a run in baseball, equals 24. That's 24. Who can ask for anything more? You can't, because we're all done, all right? So see you when I see you the next time on Psycho Math. Until then, Professor Rock is out.
Who's the next game? Well. Radio Scramble. Radio KPOX.
Hey, all you donuts and donettes, illustrious vicissitudes from your most humble servant, Jumpin' Johnny Jumble, or as we say here,
Jumpin' Johnny Blend Too.
That's because here at Scramblin' Radio, we mix 'em and you fix 'em. In other words, my name is really
Jumpin' Johnny Jumbo.
And that's how it works. Baffling sounds and confounding words, and you'll have to unscramble the letters we'll be pitching out at you. Let's get this rocket into space with Mickey and the Mistakes with their chart topper, Decab Naps.
I took my baby out on a date. Things were good till she ordered a plate. Decaf Naps, filling the room with gas.
Decaf Naps.
Decaf Naps, here's a news flash. You better make sure you don't light no match.
Oh, yeah. That was Mickey and the Mistakes with their explosive hit, Baked Beans. Phew. Someone want to open the door? And now it's time for another
commercial spot.
Hey fans, when I can't figure out things on my own, I like to visit my good friends down at Friendly's Trom Coops.
When your system starts to crash, Friendly's Trom Coop stealing cash.
Yes, Friendly's Trom Coops has the largest supply of Trom Coops in the city. Whether you use yours for school, games, or aggressive takeover bids of multinational corporations, Friendly's can find the right size Trom Coops for you. So remember, it's Friendly's for the best computers in town. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Well, I guess it's just about time to discontinue this debacle. So until they let me back in, here's PD Puzzle with Stremedy.
Here we go, boys. Let's sing it. My house has got a problem, and it's eating me alive. The Stremedy are moving in, and I don't think we'll survive. They've eaten half the ceiling, and now they're chewing up the floor. The Stremedy are moving in, and we can't live here no more.
Blammy! That was PD Puzzle with Stremedy. I mean, termites. Oh, baby. And as we draw the curtain on another Jamma-Bama party, this is Sayonara from
Jumpin' Johnny Jello Bum.
That's Jumbo. Dig it.
Loading. Check.
Next game up, Riddle Snake.
In the dark and mysterious recesses of parts unknown, there resides the strange and riddle-wise creature known only as the Riddle Snake. His music is enchanting, and his riddles are perplexing. So look close and think even closer, closer, closer. The riddle is, what gets wetter and wetter the more it dries? What gets wetter and wetter the more it dries? What gets wetter and wetter the more it dries? And the answer is a towel. Of course the Riddle Snake always uses clean towels in the bathroom, and then he weighs himself on his scales. Perhaps I should leave the riddles to the Riddle Snake. So long.
It's time for Crashbox Rewind, where we flash back through the show and remind you how smart you really are.
First, you take the number 14. That's the day Valentine's Day always falls on. Added to the 2 antennae on that ant, divided by the 2 oceans connected by the Panama Canal. And the answer is A.
We got New Jersey, a fisherman, and a tennis court. They're all kings with nets, man.
Giant Anteater! Which means it has no teeth and loves to swim. It's the largest of its family and lives in Central and South America. Most of all, it loves to eat ants, and it's called an anteater.
Here are the harrowing clues. She was a pilot, the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean and Hawaii to the US. She was an advocate for women's rights and was also the first person to fly across the Atlantic twice. Unfortunately, she was lost when attempting a round-the-world flight.
Amelia Earhart, history's first great female pilot.
Well, that's it for now. See you next time.